Thank you for joining us for the second part of this three-part series outlining Avaya, Aura, or CS1K's migration to the cloud. Joining us again, thank you very much. Representing offer management, we have Lori Martin, and from Avaya Aura product marketing, we have Bob Camel. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Lori, in the first session, you told us why a CS1K customer would migrate to the cloud, but now tell us briefly, since this can be a comprehensive discussion, how a customer would start to prepare to move to the cloud, who would they engage, and what resources would be available.
Sure. Thanks, Pete. And thanks for having us. So, the first thing I would say is engagement. You use that word, that's key because I'll tell you, if we aren't collectively talking to the customer about moving off their CS1K system to an Avaya One Cloud solution, a competitor is already in there. We see that time and time again. So please, engage with the customer. And from what I've seen, as far as a winning sales strategy, the best teaming is when we have our partner sales team, our Avaya sales team, and our specialist team all working together to get the best solution for the customer. I personally lead a Tiger team within Avaya that can help you, as our sales associates, craft the best offer for our customer and the best programs that we can use. So please engage your specialists, who will in turn engage me, myself, and my team within Avaya to help you. We have on our partner portal specific playbooks available to help you get ideas on how to position the capabilities of our offers to meet the customer needs. In the last session, I talked about verticals such as healthcare, government, education. Those are primary verticals that are on CS1K, and we have sales playbooks in place for those verticals to help you articulate the value proposition of why moving off CS1K and onto the Aura platform. And then lastly, from a tools perspective, we have total cost of ownership tools. We have return on investment tools that will help you demonstrate the quantifiable benefits as well. So please use those tools, and our specialist teams within Avaya can help you with that. But the bottom line is, get started. Just start going out to the customers, get your channel account manager engaged within Avaya, and they can then, in turn, get the specialist team in place to help you.
The
Lori,
key, the
that's
key is
perfect.
to sit down and find out what your customer really needs. So, as Lori said, we have so many tools that there's a whole campaign around the Way Forward campaign on the sales portal. But how you interact with your customer depends on their particular needs. So, sitting down and talking with them, understanding what their needs are, that helps you decide: are we looking at cloud? Are we looking at hybrid? Are we looking at subscription? And like we talked about last session, building that stepping stone or building that plan to get the customer where they want to be. And that partnership between our partners, the customer, and Avaya is paramount.
That's perfect, Bob. You had mentioned the SCs, get them involved. We get the ATAC involved. We get the distribution design teams involved. If it's private cloud, we have a whole cloud team around that. If you're moving some of these solutions to an ACO platform, we have master agents that have engineering teams. So there's a whole ecosystem of people, I think, that can help partners move forward.
There's a whole ecosystem, Pete. I think the starting point is to look at subscription, especially if a customer has a maintenance agreement. And what I have found, in fact, I have yet to see a customer get a subscription quote where it was more expensive than their maintenance. So what I'm saying is that if they move to subscription, I've never seen it where it hasn't been less costly to the customer. So subscription is a very simple, easy way. It's a good consumption model to look at the software. And if you can get down with your customer, look at, I have a maintenance agreement, here's what subscription it costs you, use it as a stepping stone. And then they say, you know what? I really want to use cloud, or I want to bring in other AIs and application enablements to change it. Then those are the next steps that we can look at, private or hybrid. But I think if we all start with subscription for those customers who have an agreement in place and look at that. Even if the agreement's not set to expire for another year or two, It's worth looking at and sitting down with the customer as a way to open up those lines of communication.
I just really encourage you to have that conversation with the customer, because I've seen time and time again that if we aren't, competitors are already having that conversation. We'll talk about it next time. We've got a great program to use to engage with them. So stay tuned for our next session to hear about that.
Perfect. So this is the end of the second part of our three-part series. In the first part, in case you missed it, we discussed why a customer with an enterprise Aura or CS1K system would migrate to the cloud. In the second part of the series today, we learned how a customer would start to prepare and move to the cloud, who they would engage, and what resources would be available. Please join us again for the third and final part of our three-part series. Thank you.